I'd like to welcome you all to another Kali Tutors tutorial session. In this tutorial session, we are focusing on ENN1504 assignment number 2. This is lesson number 2 from the Investigative Report series. If you are new to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to get access to the latest public videos the moment that we upload them. If you want to join our membership channel to get access to additional content, please click the join button. Without wasting your time, let us look at the lesson outline. In this lesson, we are going to follow this order. We will first discuss some important notes, after which we are going to discuss the format of the terms of references. Then when we are done with that, I'm going to show you how to use a checklist to actually compile your terms of reference. And lastly, I'm going to give you a complete example using this assignment. Okay? Without wasting your time, let us go through some of the important notes. The terms of reference are just one element of your investigative report, okay? So there are certain things that are expected in that particular element. And you should make sure that all the information that is expected under the terms of references is actually included as part of your terms of references, okay? So in this section, you will provide the background to the problem. You will state who commissioned the investigation and specified what you were authorized to investigate. Therefore, here you should give the name and official capacity of the person who commissioned and therefore authorized the investigation and the date on which you were given the task. If you read the background information, you were not given the date on which you were given the task. So it is completely up to you to choose a particular date. But you need to remember that the investigative report had to be submitted within 30 days after it had been commissioned. Okay, so whatever date that you choose, you need to keep that in mind. Okay, you also have to introduce the problem by providing some background information and describe precisely what you were authorized to investigate. Okay, this will actually define the limits of the investigation. So if you were only authorized to investigate for a limited period, you need to give the date by which the investigation must be completed. Remember, when we read the background information, we were provided with this information. Okay, so let us look at how to format your terms of reference using the convention in this particular module. Okay, so this is how you should format your terms of reference. The subheading terms of reference must be numbered. Okay, in this case, it will be 1. The keywords in the subheading should start with a capital letter. This means the terms has to start with a capital letter, and the reference has to start with a capital letter. Okay, the actual terms of references should be in a paragraph format. Okay, in this particular assignment, because you are only investigating just a couple of things, you will only have one paragraph. Okay, so let us look at a checklist. Now, in this particular checklist, we are going to use the information that we were given as part of the background information and instructions. Okay, okay. So if you are confused, why do we have to use a checklist? Okay, please note that this checklist does not form part of your submission. It's actually my tool to actually ensure that I include all the information that is required under the terms of reference. If you pay attention, you will realize that the information that I've used in this checklist is actually a combination of the information that was provided under the background and instructions section, and also the information that I got from the important notes section. So I am using this as a tool to ensure that I get maximum marks in this particular section by actually ensuring that everything that is required under this section is included. Okay, so for example, the first row or the first cell states that the date when you were given the task. Okay, meaning that I have to mention the date when I was given the task. So in this case, I was given the task on the 6th of April 2023. This is a date that I actually chose. This was not provided in the background information. Okay. Secondly, you need to include the name of the person who commissioned and authorized the investigation. Okay. This was provided in as part of your background information, and they told us that it is actually Professor Farai Manguiro. Okay. The official capacity of the person who commissioned the investigation, we were told Professor Farai Manguiro was the Chief Executive Officer of the Smart Minds International University. Okay. The name of the person given the task to investigate and their official capacity. It was mentioned that you were the one given the task, so you will write your name and your position or your official capacity. You are the communications manager. This information comes from the background information. Okay. Then they also specifies that we need to include background information. Okay, then this is what I wrote. Investigate possible factors leading to the current decline of students enrollment. So this is me describing precisely what I'm going to investigate. Okay, you also have to specify the date on which the investigation must be completed. We were given this information. The deadline is the 25th of May. When you are armed with all this, it becomes very easy to write your terms of reference. And the next slide, I am going to provide you with an example answer. Okay. Okay. So this was our final destination. This is why we had to do all the reading and everything that we had done before. It was actually to get to this point. This is where we write our terms of reference. Okay. So using the information that we had tabled in the previous checklist, we can now construct this paragraph. Okay. I'm just going to read this and you will understand why I had to have a checklist. Okay. Okay. So the terms of reference reads as follows. On 6th April 2023, Professor Farai Manguiro, the Chief Executive Officer of Smart Minds International University, requested Mr. Khalid task to investigate possible factors leading to the constant decline of students' enrollment at Smart Mind International University. Since the implementation of the online application and registration for first year and returning students, the envisaged enrollment in the past 2 years has been in constant decline. A report including recommendation was to be submitted to the CEO by 25 May 2023. Okay, so this is all that you're supposed to do under the terms of reference. And if you compare the information that I've included here and the information in the previous slide, you'll realize or you'll understand the value of having something like a checklist. Okay, we are done with this lesson on terms of reference. We are moving on to the next lesson, which is the procedures.